Sometimes, life can change in a single moment. Not because of money, or power, or luck, but because of a simple letter. Today's story is about a woman who had almost nothing. She was poor, tired, and invisible to the world. But one day, a letter arrived, and everything changed. Let's begin. Her name was Elena. Elena lived in a small, cold apartment on the edge of the city. The paint on the walls was peeling, the heater worked only sometimes, and the windows never closed properly. Every winter, she wore the same old coat, even inside her home. Elena worked 2 jobs. In the morning, she cleaned offices. At night, she washed dishes in a restaurant. Still, it was never enough. Every month, she counted her coins carefully. Rent first. Then electricity. Food came last. Some nights, dinner was only bread and tea. Elena often went to bed hungry, telling herself, tomorrow will be better. But tomorrow usually looked the same as today. She had no family to help her. Her parents had died years ago, and she had no children, no husband, no one waiting for her at home. When she walked through the city, people passed her without noticing her face, but Elena had one secret. Every night, before sleeping, she wrote in a small notebook. She wrote stories, short ones, simple ones. Stories about hope, kindness, and new beginnings. Writing was the only place where she felt rich. She never showed these stories to anyone. Who would care, she often thought. One rainy evening, after a long shift at the restaurant, Elena found something unusual in her mailbox. A letter. At first, she thought it was a bill. Her heart became heavy. But the envelope was different. It was clean. White. And it had her name written carefully by hand. Elena opened it slowly. The letter said, "Dear Elena, you don't know me, but I've been reading your stories online for years. They helped me during the hardest time of my life. I believe the world needs your words. Please don't stop writing." Inside the envelope, there was something else. A check. Elena sat down on the floor. Her hands were shaking. The amount was more money than she earned in 6 months. She read the letter again. And again. Someone had seen her. Someone had believed in her. That night, Elena cried, not from sadness, but from relief. With that money, Elena paid her debts. She fixed her heater. She bought warm clothes for winter. For the first time in years, she slept without fear. But the letter did more than change her bank account. It changed her courage. Elena reduced her hours at the restaurant and spent more time writing. She shared her stories online, slowly at first, then more confidently. People began to comment. To share. To say, "Your words helped me." Months later, Elena received more letters. Not with money, but with gratitude. 1 year later, a small publisher contacted her. They wanted to print her stories. Elena was no longer invisible. She was still humble. Still kind. But she was no longer poor in spirit, or in life. All because of one letter that reminded her of something she had forgotten. Her words mattered. And so did she. Sometimes, we believe our lives cannot change. We think we are too small, too poor, or too late. But change doesn't always come loudly. Sometimes, it arrives quietly. In an envelope, with a few kind words inside. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone learning English like you. Thank you for listening. And I'll see you in the next story.